Yo, what's cracking everyone? Ericship 111 here, and we are back with another video on glitches, Easter eggs, and hidden secrets on Forza Horizon 4 that you, the awesome subscribers, have found. It's very cool to see so many messages being sent every day, and yes, I do read all of them. Unfortunately, I don't have the time to respond to most of them, but I do appreciate all of the messages. So remember, for a chance to be featured, make sure you have found something very interesting on Horizon 4. Write it down either in the comment section down below or direct messaging them to me on Instagram, Twitter, or Xbox. All of the links will be down in the description below, and the more unique the suggestions are, the higher your chances of being featured in the next video. So today we're going to be looking at 8 new hidden secrets, Easter eggs, and glitches that you didn't know about in Forza Horizon 4. Starting off with number 1, the chassis mounted Supra wing. Alright, I think this bug was probably the most obvious one coming out from update 17 since the inclusion of the returning Toyota Supra. So what you want to do is change the rear wing from the standard to either the Jun or APR performance rear wing and head over to Forza Vista mode. Then simply explode your car and you will see that the rear wing stays put in the exact same position and doesn't move with the boot. The other place you may see this is when you are loading into a race with your Supra, and while everything has been exploded and as the camera pans to the back of your Supra, you will also see the wing staying put. Unfortunately, I can't pick out a single person for this glitch as everyone sent me this as soon as the Supra was released, so a huge shout out to all of you amazing subscribers for sharing this bug with me. Number 2, some cars were tested in Forza Motorsport 7 first. So do you remember the Porsche 917LH, a car that, yes, does have some visual bugs such as the driver's butt hanging over the floor of the vehicle, and also when you turn the steering wheel, your character's hand will go through the glass. But more importantly, this vehicle was first introduced in Update 13 during the summer season, where you had to win a trials event in order to obtain this car. This marked the first time for the 917LH to appear in any Forza title, meaning all 10 previous Forza titles, this car was never featured. However, there was a picture that got leaked a while back showing that this Porsche was actually first completed in Forza Motorsport 7. As you can see, the Porsche is set in Motorsport 7's Forza Vista mode, but interestingly enough, ended up being unreleased in Forza 7. Reasons for that is unknown. Perhaps they didn't feel like the handling was up to par with that vehicle, or they simply didn't want to release the car in Motorsport 7 as they had other plans. Either way, it does make sense for the LH to first be featured in Motorsport 7 as it is a racing car, and if you remember, Turn 10 always brought in free racing cars every month, but I guess they decided that Horizon 4 was the better game to release this car on. And honestly, no one is complaining. Number 3, the Toyota Supra's see-through exhaust. Here is the other massive Toyota Supra glitch that you all have sent me. It's very simple. As you can see right now, the stock rear bumper has an exhaust, and upon closer inspection, you will see that everything is rendered the way it should be. And most importantly, the exhaust is solid. But when you apply any aftermarket rear bumper, the slightly larger exhaust becomes, well, hollow. Just like most of the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolutions in Horizon 4, I'm not sure if this has anything to do with the Forza graphics engine. As we can clearly see back in Forza Horizon 3, none of this happens at all, whether it's the mounted spoiler and also the see-through exhaust. Either way, they are just cosmetic bugs and don't affect the way the car drives. Number 4, the APR Logo Stays. So here is yet another super glitch that perhaps isn't as well known as the other two. So what you want to do is first install the APR Performance Rear Wing, then head out onto free roam and make sure you have damage either set to cosmetic or simulation, and just wreck the Supra as much as you can until the rear wing falls off. When that happens, you will notice something very interesting. The APR decals on the side of the wing stays in the same position regardless if the spoiler is there or not. More importantly, even when you go into photo mode, the decals are still there, which could potentially make taking photos that much more interesting. Number 5, you can't start the Porsche. As you all know, the one place that we can all start up our cars that we purchase is either in one of the houses that we have bought or in the Horizon Festival using Forza Vista mode. You simply open the door, enter into the driver's seat, and there will be a start button prompting you to turn on the keys and hear how the engine sounds. Well, here's the first car that we have discovered in Horizon 4 that doesn't have this option, and that is the 2012 Porsche 911 GT3 RS 4.0. If you go into Forza Vista mode, everything is the way that it should be, except once you enter the driver's seat, there is simply no option for you to start the vehicle. I wonder how many other cars in Horizon 4 does this, and a huge shout out to GT Barcelona from Instagram for showing this small little bug with us. Thank you. Number 6, inconsistent race tire compound. Now, when you head over to the tire compound under upgrades, there are normally 2 tires that are the same in terms of performance, and that is the race tire compound and also the quote-unquote Horizon race tire compound. I mean, the only difference between the two is just the Forza Horizon white lettering on the tire walls. However, there is at least one car that we have found that, according to Playground Games, have different tire performances, and that is the 1998 Porsche 911 GT1. You can clearly see between the two racing tires, the Horizon one has a lot less performance, in fact, matching the same figures as the sports compound. Not exactly something game-breaking, as it's not a very popular car in the Horizon world, but nonetheless, it is still a bug, and a huge shout out to Wally N05 from Instagram for mentioning this to us. Thank you. Number 7, drift suspensions on the Toyota Supra. Now, I'm not entirely sure if this is a visual bug or not, but it certainly is something noteworthy. So, as you all may know, when you apply drift suspensions to a car, the turning angle increases by a significant amount. So much so that it's easily noticeable once you do a full lock in comparison to any other suspensions available to install. So here's an example sent in by a subscriber. When you apply drift suspensions onto a Nissan Silvia, you can see just how sharp the angle is when it's in full lock. However, with the Toyota Supra, when you apply the same drift suspension, you will notice that the angle is nowhere near as sharp as it should be, almost like it's remained the same. I believe this, however, does not affect the way the Supra drifts at all, and whether the lack in steering angle was intentional, I'm not entirely sure, but a massive shout out to NexoRider17 for tweeting this out to me for everybody to see. Thank you very much. Number 8, active front aero. Here is a tiny little secret that you may not know about the Toyota Supra, but it's quite ingenious, particularly for a car built in the late 90s that isn't classified as a supercar. Did you know that the Supra actually has an active front lip that came stock from factory in some cars? Honestly, this was something that went under the radar for me, and I only discovered this while I was exploding the car in Forza Vista mode. As you can see, when I explode the vehicle, you see this tiny little front lip that comes outwards, almost as if it's just peeking out to say hello before going back into hibernation. To activate the front lip in free roam, all you need to do is reach around 60 miles per hour and you'll see the front lip appear. Even back in Forza Horizon 3, I never noticed this, but how many of you did? So there we have it, guys, 8 new hidden secrets, Easter eggs and glitches on Forza Horizon 4, mostly featuring the brand new Toyota Supra that was just released in update 17. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys did, please make sure to smash the thumbs up button. That would really help me out. And also remember, if there are any other suggestions that you have found that are extremely interesting on Forza Horizon 4, make sure to write it down in the comment section below or direct messaging them to me through social media. All the links, once again, will be down in the description below. And lastly, if you guys would like to see more Forza Horizon 4 content right here on this channel, make sure to click the subscribe button with notifications turned on, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace.